So huge thanks for joining me. We're here right now in Hythe, Kent, the posh end of Folkestone, as you say.
Indeed.
Look, Evan Maindonald and
Gio. Charlie.
Gio. Look, your background, Gio, is interior architecture. Came from University of Canterbury.
Yeah.
Hope I've got the title of the university right.
University of Kent.
University of Kent at Canterbury. And Evan, you've come quite a distance away from here.
Well, but not today. I came from Sevenoaks today.
But interesting, my journey here was quite quick. Literally, from the Olympic Park, I left the Olympic Park at I think about 2:15 this afternoon, and here this now enjoying this beautiful scenery. A little bit colder, but so it's going to be a snapshot interview. Some key questions. What we're going to be focusing on are what we're doing right now in terms of the project, looking at funding, and looking at where Melt Homes is going in the future.
Okay.
Because you've got some important dates coming up. Apart from my own meet, just to highlight, which is this coming February the 15th. It's on a Thursday evening. But Evan, first of all, give us a description of this particular site.
Okay, so we bought this site about 18 months ago now, I suppose. And we bought it with a permission for 5 flats, new development of 5 flats. We got a local architect called Guy Holloway, who has a very strong reputation for contemporary design, to put in a planning application for a revised design for 6 flats, much bigger building. So we ended up with about 6,000 square feet compared to the original permission, which had around 4,000 square feet. And a nice contemporary design. Guy has done some really lovely stuff in and around Kent and also in London. He's been involved with the regeneration project in the centre of Ashford for Stanhope. That's a huge project. Also did a very nice modern style restaurant in Folkestone called Rock Salt, and various other seafront developments around here. So yeah, we're really pleased with the design. And at the moment we've got the piling going in. You see the piling rig behind us. Well, you can't quite now, but you will in a minute.
If you check out the Facebook Live, if you have an opportunity, you'll hear some machinery as well, which happened literally just a few minutes before we did this interview.
Yeah. Okay.
So look at the funding. You said it's a little bit complicated. It wasn't simple.
No.
Except that one part of it did use simple.
Yeah, one part of it used simple crowdfunding. So we originally bought the site with a bridging loan because it had planning permission, but we wanted to extend the planning permission, and that was going to take some time. Once we gained our enhanced planning, we brought in a senior funder called Alpha Property Lending and a mezzanine funder called Ironbridge. So that gave us the funding that we needed to refinance and develop the site out. We then decided that we'd like to take some equity out of the site so that we could use that to start other projects, and so we raised £200,000 via simple crowdfunding in November last year. So yeah, a very unusual, quite an innovative funding structure for the site. We've never done it quite like that before. We've used senior debt and mezzanine, but we've never crowdfunded equity. We have had equity investors in the past. So from our point of view, it's very interesting. And we're about to launch another crowd-funded loan investment project.
And where is that?
That's on our site in Cinderford in Gloucestershire. That's a development of 7 flats with 2 commercial premises underneath. It may even be 9 flats actually, where we've got a planning application going to stick another story on. So we'll see how we get on.
We've looked briefly at funding. We've looked at some of your team. Gio's an integral part of your team.
Yeah.
Guy Holloway is as well. Is that correct?
From the perspective of helping us with design and planning applications, absolutely. But we have relationships with lots of different architects. We use a company called Quattro up in Gloucester. We use a London-based architect sometimes when we want help with modern design. Guy Holloway are very good with the first part of the process from our point of view, and they're good with the second part of the process too. But we brought in another architect who weren't quite as expensive as Guy Holloway are to do the detailed design on the site. So we try to employ professionals who are appropriate to whatever the task is that we need to get done.
Okay, so we've looked briefly at the future of Melt Homes, Gloucestershire. The funding coming up in a few days' time, or depending when you're listening to this video.
We launched that on Friday, this coming Friday morning.
Well,
yeah.
when we say this
on
Friday,
simple crowdfunding.
Sure, but for people listening to this, Friday the...
Well, that's true, yes. Where are we today? Friday the 9th of February.
9th of February.
That's the one, yeah.
Okay, so what is the future of Melt Homes in 30 seconds?
We have 3 development sites at the moment. The other major development site we have is a site which has permission for 12 houses and 7 flats in Gloucestershire. We're looking to acquire 3 more sites this year, 1 or 2 in London, 1 in Kent, and maybe another one somewhere in Gloucestershire. So we're looking to grow our business and grow our team, and we're very excited about that.
And where will you be on the 15th of this month, and what will people take away from that presentation?
Right, so on the 15th I'll be at Wandsworth Property Network. I'll be presenting on innovative ways to finance your property development. I'll be talking about traditional debt structures, senior debt, mezzanine, equity funding. I'll be talking about stretch senior and crowdfunding, so newer I guess offers that have come into the market more recently, how to get started with that sort of thing, and the sort of things that you need to think about when you're talking to lenders about financing a development.
Look, I want to say a huge thanks to Evan, a huge thanks to Gio as well, and a huge thanks to Davin for doing the introduction also. Look, it does make a difference to get introductions. You know, we were discussing this on the way.
Yeah.
You know, the power of introductions, because potentially if I said to Evan, look, I've got events coming up, are you interested? May or may not be as influential as Davin connecting me. So huge thanks to Davin for connecting me with Evan and Gio as well.
And vice versa, thanks to Davin for connecting me with Brendan. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Cheers. Thank you.